We'll get to the celebrities then. So I've got a list of Bob Euchre, Alice Cooper, Aretha Franklin, and a lady called Mary Hart, who I have no idea who she is. Apparently, Entertainment Tonight. Did you get photos with any of them? Did you meet any of them? Are there any stories at all, hopefully, about Bob Euchre?
Bob Euchre's the coolest guy. He was just, they brought him in to, he had some connection with Andre. He was traveling with Andre.
Was he?
And yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. He was going to be a referee or going to be, I don't know what, I forget what his position was. But they had him hanging around with Andre. And now, all kinds of, a lot of Bobby Heenan quips, a lot of stories. But he was a funny guy. I can't pick up anything. There I go, and scratch my nose. I go like sitting there with a grandma blow or something, trying to get through this thing. But no, he was a funny guy. Oh, real self-deprecating, humorous, funny. This everything. Not a superstar at all. He was one of the boys. Well, he was a major league ball player, Then he was the announcer for Cleveland Indians. Did the play-by-play, the color of the play-by-play. He was a day-to-day announcer. He was just a funny guy. Aretha Franklin just shook her hand. God, he had an entourage that would, hundreds.
Did you hear that she got stuck in traffic and she didn't even do a sound check because she was that late? They just ushered her straight into the ring.
Wow. That's there's so much going on. It's hard to keep up, and it's hard to know a lot of the a lot of the stories just come to you now, or much later that even happened. The Piper was coming out of L.A. where he just got electrocuted. So he was giving it that bit, So it was all those big shows now are an experience, So back then, it was just we had a couple of King of the Ring and but they weren't traditional. They weren't traditional shows as they are now. SummerSlam and whatever, King of the Ring, whatever, all the other ones they have now, which they primarily moved to pay-per-view now.
Just going on Bob Euchre, one more thing was he just like a super wrestling fan? Or did he just spot a bunch of people who liked to party and just got on with everybody?
I think that's it, the latter. He may have been a wrestling fan. He didn't come across as one, but he was just, he was having fun. He had as good a time as anybody. He's always breaking people up. He was, he had as much fun as anybody there. Andre would hit him in the nuts or something for something. And then, Andre loved him. So, he had to be a good guy.
If Andre will put up with you, you must have something about you.
Yeah, Andre grab your nuts. You got to be a good guy.
Yeah, maybe he picked up the tab.
Yeah. Andre didn't have deep pockets. He would spend. He'd spend and drink. He was too. He was so busy. Entertaining himself that. If you happen to be along for the ride. Remember in Hawaii here one time, he used to come and stay when we lived in the Ambassador. John told us and all this. We went across the street. There's a nice place, Nick's Fish Market, in Waikiki. And he had a girlfriend from San Francisco, Andre, big tall lady. And so we went in there and had a couple of beers. And, I didn't hang around. I think I was a heel anyway. Me and John went over, had a couple of drinks with them, and then so I guess the tab came to $500-600 in those days, which is pretty big money, back in whatever 80s, 80s or late 70s. It was, and Tolos wasn't a guy to go out and spend, and he was very, very conservative with his money and stuff. So we went on a plane going out our island the next day to work on one of the islands, and John goes, "Oh, that giant! Cost me $500 at the bank at the bar last night," and nobody nobody would jump on it. Go, yeah, right. You never spent. You would never. That'd be the day you drop in. But nobody ever picked up on it. So it kind of left like he was complaining about dropping the five bills at the bar, and he left him. Yeah, 500. He's waiting for somebody to make a comeback. And nobody ever said anything. Because the Giant picked up the whole tab, even if you're just walking through or whatever. But Joe told us, got on the plane. The Giant's girlfriend gave birth to a 9-pound tongue. Yeah. He's quite an amorous Giant. Getting back to, but that ties in with Detroit, WrestleMania 3 anyway.